So this week we're working on the 76 E-250. Last week I put in an AFR gauge. So there was some kind of issue with the carburetor, so I wanted to try out the gauge before I changed the carburetor. When I was driving it, it'd be just fine, and all of a sudden it'd go super lean. So we're going to change carburetor this week. So let's do the thing and then change the carb. Let's get into it. So we're in the garage using the Willys workbench, and we're going to look at what we're putting on the van. This is the carburetor I'm going to use. AVS2. It's the 1906. I should have paid better attention when I ordered it. It doesn't have a thing for the kickdown lever for a Ford transmission. That's okay, I've ran them without it before. So we're also going to use this line. Has the provision for fuel pressure gauge. We have our fuel pressure gauge right here. It's a Spectre. I hope it works right. As long as it works better than their carb adapters, I'll be fine with that. And I picked up a 90-degree elbow so we could face it towards the front of the van so we could actually see it. We're using the thick gasket to help keep temperature down on the carburetor. There's a part number for that. But basically all we're going to do is pull off the Holley and swap on this one. Should be pretty much a bolt-on. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. So I'm going to go head out to the van and start pulling the old carburetor off. Or should I say the new old carburetor? The old new carburetor? I don't know. I just put it on last year. And it's been nothing but trouble. So we'll take that off. We'll get this one put on. Well, I thought I had everything to change the carburetor, but I didn't, so it's the next day. And we're getting ready to take off this carburetor. I already started unhooking some of the stuff. We're going to have to eliminate the kickdown rod. The other carburetor doesn't have the provision for this, but that's okay. I've drove it for a long time without that on there. Doesn't really affect anything. It also uses vacuum to help shift and kick down, so one of the things I'll probably have to watch out for is like the accelerator cable. In case it ends up in a different spot or it's got to be moved, but I got a lot of movement I can make back here to adjust for it. Just for a little side note, this little tiny air cleaner is what I have to run. When I take it off, I have to take it all out one piece at a time because that's the only room I have. So that's one reason why I'm going to go ahead and just change the carburetor, and then I can look at this carburetor once it's out, try to figure out what's going on with it. Maybe I'll throw it on the F100 and try to make some adjustments while it's on that, and I can see everything really good. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and finish unhooking this, and then I guess next you'll see the new carburetor on there. Okay, we're going to do a little side-by-side comparison. As you can see, they're built a little different. Fuel bowls are here and here on the Holley and here on the Edelbrock. But it looks like overall it's about the same width. And the main thing I'm looking at is where these things line up. See if my throttle's going to be in the same position, or if I'm going to have to adjust that. It looks like it's going to be pretty close. Since I had the Holley out, I went ahead and took a look at that. I was pumping it, and one side had a stream, the other side had kind of a mist. So I'm thinking that's a rabbit hole I can go down later. But that was probably the problem. But for now, let's go ahead and get this one on the van, get it fired up, get ready for work tomorrow. At least I'm finally getting a little shade, so try to bust this out real quick before the sun's back on me. Alright, I'm starting to lose my shade, so everything's starting to get hot again, but I think it's all together. And time to fire it up, and we could check for leaks. And then I have a vacuum gauge hooked up, so once it gets warmed up, we can kind of dial it in a little better. I already put 2 shots down its throat, so it should fire right off. Well, that wasn't impressive. Okay. Give it a couple more shots and hit it again. There we go. for a while, and I think I got it tuned in pretty good. I'll know more once I drive it to work tomorrow, and we'll see what it's doing. It sounds a little better than the other carburetor. Well, that was the project for this weekend. Yeah, it wasn't much, but hopefully it helped a lot. Now I gotta throw the cover back on here and clean up all my tools. Well, thanks for hanging out at Van Gogh Garage in Little Carburetor Spring, Colorado. Thanks for watching. Bye. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like or subscribe, I would definitely appreciate it. Did you like that one?